to go home. Ding dong, I'm away from home. Too drunk, let's go home. Ding dong, I'm away from home. Time to go home.
Hi, and welcome back to the Distorted Transmission, what I guess could be termed as the third season. You may or may not have noticed that I took a short sabbatical of about a month or so to recharge my batteries because I did well over 50 interviews this year. So I was feeling a bit jaded by it all. So the show is back with a bit more energy, hopefully, and we start off with an Auckland band, Invasion of Piracy. Hello there.
What's up, man? How's it going? Cheers for having us, or having me. The rest of the band out here.
Well, speaking of all the people who aren't here, maybe you can introduce yourself and also the other people in the band for me.
I'm Mazza. I'm the lead singer. We've got Mike Barnes on guitar, Simon Waddling on bass, and Glenn Dolby on drums.
I've seen the name of the band around on posters and stuff for years, but there isn't a lot of information out there on the internet about like when you started and so on and so forth. I could have gone back through your Facebook forever to like find out when the page started. That might have given it away, but I thought maybe you could just give me the rough history of the band. That might sum it up.
A long time ago, probably 2009, maybe? Yeah, so I've been around 2010. It was a while ago, a long while ago. A lot of band members.
How long has the current lineup been sort of solid?
2.5 years. I mean, the guitarist, Mike, he's been there since the beginning. Like, he's been me and him have been in the band since the beginning. And Glenn, our drummer, he was in it a while back for a few years, and then he left. And we had a guy named Sober Dan. I'm sure people know him from around somewhere. He was the original drummer, and he got kicked out. And then he came back. So yeah, we've had a lot of change ups. We had another drummer before that as well. So in total, we've had 3 drummers, 4 bassists, and a singer. I wasn't even the singer at the start, so yeah. But about 2.5 years, we've had the solid lineup.
You mentioned that you've got an album coming out, which is kind of the reason why we're talking tonight. So maybe you can tell me a little bit about the album, where you recorded it, how many tracks it is, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's going to be 9 tracks. We do have a 10th track that we're going to put in, but we're not too sure about it, that one, because it was just some old tracks that we had from a few years back that we want to put on, but I'm not too sure to put that on yet or not because we just couldn't get some good sound quality, unfortunately, from it. So it was just some old mixes, but it's definitely going to be 9 tracks. And we recorded it at Offshore Studios in Greyland, and we got Dave Rhodes to mix and master it.
Well, you could always stick the sort of the 10th track on as a bonus at the end of it.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Quite a few bands do that actually. If the sound recording's different, or even if it's a live track or the quality isn't as good, you can just like slap it on as a bonus.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It just depends. Some of the band members don't want it on, but we can discuss that next week at band practice.
Sure, argue about that. Yeah. The next thing is you actually released one of the singles from that To Be album just recently, a track called Ding. Obviously, that's a nod towards the Ding Dong Lounge. Why did you decide to write a song about the Ding Dong Lounge?
Well, because we played there so many times, and obviously I frequent there quite often. Not as much now because I'm getting older, but it's just one of those bars which I personally love because you can go there any night of the week by yourself and you'll know someone in a band or people there. It's just like a big family. To me, that's what it is. So. And I can't remember how we wrote the song. I can't remember the lyrics. We just played it and it came out as it did, and we're happy with it. So yeah, we're supposed to release the album this year. That was the whole plan, but because of all the lockdowns over the last 2 years, it just kept pushing back.
So when roughly are you planning to release it next year? Early on?
Yeah, it will be probably February and March, around about there.
Okay. And what will you be releasing it on? Will it be like digital or CD or?
All digital. Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube, all sorts of stuff at this stage.
Cool. And you've got a show coming up?
Yeah, a month from today, actually, the 23rd of December, and ironically, that's at Ding Dong Lounge. Although they call it Dead Witch now upstairs, but I don't call it Dead Witch. I call it Ding Dong Lounge. With two other bands, Neon Serpent and Capricorn, and Nicholas Karen. He's going to be opening with an accessory. He's pretty cool. He's done a few gigs with us. And Neon Serpent, I haven't seen them, but apparently they're a bit glammy, so interesting to see.
What about the style of your music? Because it's kind of like sort of a grungy rock. What are your influences?
Definitely these guys, without a doubt. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, Metallica, Pearl Jam. You can name all, anything from the 60s, 70s. But mainly, like probably my favorite sort of genre of rock was the 80s, early 90s stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so sort of that sort of stuff. My guitarist he's really into is also these sort of bluesy guitarists like Steve Stevens from Billy Idol and AC/DC. We love AC/DC. The drummer, he loves all sorts of stuff, but he's more into, he likes the metal as well. But I mean, I love a whole range of music, but rock-wise, probably, yeah, that sort of 80s, early 90s era.
So apart from the album coming out and the show coming up, have you got anything else in the pipeline for next year?
Yeah, probably going to try and do a couple of out-of-town gigs at some stage. Whether we do that before or after the album release, I'm not sure. But we do have hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got a video for Ding coming up soon. We're hoping to release it on the same night of our gig in a month.
Right.
We will see how that goes. But again, that's just trying to get it done and getting it done well. But yeah, next year, probably maybe a couple of gigs in Hamilton or something, down Thames.
Where would you play in Thames?
Oh, there's a place called the Rocker Box. It's pretty cool. I've actually got family down in Thames, so I often stay down there.
Okay.
And it's a cool little venue.
What's the general turnouts for Thames? Because it's not really on my radar for gigs, but it might be good.
It wasn't too bad when we went, but I think it's hit and miss. I do know a few people who are from there, like bands Slumbug and The Dicks. They're sort of from that era. Apparently, when they turn up, it gets quite good. But yeah, it's not the mecca of music. That's what I mean.
So it's kind of a sort of a word of mouth town.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's probably all I have to chat with you about. But I always ask bands or people from bands, in your case, if there's anything they'd like to add to the end of the interview. So now's your opportunity.
Yeah. So we've got a gig on 23rd of December. It'd be cool if the viewers come and check us out. Ding Dong Lounge. If you don't know where it is, you should. It's on Wyndham Street. Should be a good show. And if you want to buy your mum a present or your grandmother, we'll be selling these at the show. It's a bit hard to see, but if you look us up on Facebook or Instagram, we're on there, and you'll be able to contact us. We can get you some shirts. And yeah, hopefully the video comes out soon too. Hopefully see you guys at the gig.
Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks very much for chatting with me tonight, and best of luck with the show and the album. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers for having us, man. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.